All right, The Walking Dead, episode 2. Um, Quickly becoming one of my favorite TV shows. In fact, it already is. I just love the show. Um, I watched it when it first came on. I watched it again when they aired it again. Um, so basically, it takes up where the last episode ended. Um, Rick is in the middle of Atlanta, in the city, in the heart of the city, and he's being attacked by zombies. He's inside the tank, uh, and he gets a call on his walkie-talkie. Um, it turns out that there's a group of people who are in the city, and they're looking. They're surviving in a building, and they basically tell Rick to run for it because the zombies are eating a horse. Since the zombies are eating a horse, that he should, try to make a run for it. So Rick prepares himself, and man, I don't know if I would have left that tank. That was a brave move because I probably would have been like, heck no. I probably would have asked the people, how the heck do I, work this tank so I can move it and get the hell out of here. I don't know though, but Rick pulled through, opened the tank, and he got out of there. He started blazing, and he meets this young Asian kid who schools him through how to get to where he is, and eventually he does, and he meets a group of people. All these people, they're kind of pissed off at him at first. This lady, she comes up to him, she puts a gun to his head. He's like, "What the hell is wrong with you? You're gonna ruin everything. You just made the zombies aware that we're here." And they're like, "Oh, just calm down. Take the gun out of his face and everything," which is, I guess, understandable response because they were trying to keep everything secret, and they didn't want the zombies to know where the heck they were. So eventually, they meet this guy on top of the building who's basically shooting the zombies randomly, and he's a showboat. He's nothing but a piece of crap character. But there's a lot of moral complexities in this episode because the guy that they meet on top, he pretty much pushes his authority around because he's like the top. He's pretty much like the alpha male type character. He knows how to use the gun well and everything. And Rick kind of disappears, and the guy pretty much is showing his authority. He points the gun at everybody. He's like, "I'm in charge." And he basically pushes this black guy around and calls him the N-word and stuff like that, and everything gets out of control. Rick comes up behind him, handcuffs him, and he leaves him there. They're now on the roof of the building, and they're looking down, and all these zombies are there, and they're trying to figure out, how the heck do we get out? How the heck do we get out of this city? Because it's pretty much, as it is now, they're not going to survive. So they have to figure out a way to get out of the city. The plan they come up with is actually, the first plan was to go underground. That didn't work because the zombies were underground as well, where one zombie was. And most likely, there were going to be other zombies, and it was too dark. So they came up with another plan. They ran quick. They took a dead zombie because the zombies can smell human flesh, and when they smell human flesh, they're gonna want to eat you. So they took a dead zombie, or a zombie that's pretty much not able to function anymore. They took its guts and they took its intestines and all that, and they put it in the body so they can smell like the zombies. And Rick and the Asian kid, they put it on themselves, and of course they start throwing. The Asian kid starts throwing up and all that, and it's like, oh man, it was so disgusting, but it was cool at the same time because it looked so realistic and all that. The show was awesome. But anyway, they come up with a great plan, and they start. Rick and the kid, they go outside, and they start walking like zombies. They start blending in. The zombies come up to them. They start smelling them. They're like, "Oh, okay." The zombies like, "Oh, they're just another zombie like us," and they walk past them. But they can still sense in a way that they're not exactly zombies, because they didn't cover their entire body. They just covered their clothes, and not like I said, not the entire body. But the zombies, they buy it, and Rick and the kid, they get inside this. They get inside two vehicles. Rick gets inside the truck so that he can come around and rescue the rest of the group, and the kid gets inside this badass Mustang. I think it was a Mustang, and the alarm goes off, and he does this on purpose so that he can distract the zombies, because the zombies are also attracted by noise. So they're like, oh, so you know, you know how zombies act. And they go pick the group up. Now, here's the thing. The alpha male that Rick Grimes put the handcuffs on, he asked the black guy, he's like, can you please get me out of here, and stuff like that. And the black guy's like, no, so you can call me the N-word again, and you can, start killing people and stuff like that. And the jackass pretty much is like, our kind is not meant to mix. Blacks and white aren't meant to mix. Blah blah blah. And he's like, we can have a mutual ground together, and stuff like that. And the dude's like, no. But they get wind of the plan, and it's about to they're about to get rescued. Rick and the kid are coming down to rescue the rest of the group, and the black guy and everybody comes up, and they're like, oh, they're here, it's time for us to get the hell out of here. And the guy's like, let me out, let me loose, get me out of these handcuffs. And the black guy's like, he turns around and is like, okay. He goes around to rescue him, and he drops the key inside of a hole. And this is where the morals come through. I don't know what I would have done if I was a black guy. I would have been like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I would have rescued that dude. I really don't know. That's the great thing about this show and this graphic novel, if you want to call it that, or this comic book series, is that they challenge you morally. It's not about horror, and that's another thing that really is kind of pissing me off. A lot of people are like, oh, this show sucks. It's not scary. No, it's not supposed to be scary. The show is about moral complexities and how they deal with a certain situation that they get in. It deals with them, physically, mentally. Can they handle it and stuff like that? That's what makes this show so great. But anyway, the black guy just goes off. He's like, I'm sorry, dude. I dropped the key. I gotta go. And the jackass is just like, a redneck is just like, you're gonna pay for this. You're gonna go to hell for this. Blah 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 blah. And the zombies are coming up. They're busting through the windows. They're coming up to get the human flesh, and everybody makes it out okay. Good episode. I enjoyed this a lot. This is easily gonna be one of my favorite shows, and glad to know that they already have renewed this for a second season. The ratings are off the charts. Good job with that. I'm glad people are loving the show. Robert Kirkman is well on his way to fame. Well, he's already famous now, but I can't wait to see his other material get turned into TV shows. Hoping Invincible gets something. All his other work as well. But Walking Dead episode 2, I enjoyed it. I cannot wait for the next episode. I'm also glad that this show is an hour long, because that 30-minute stuff would have killed me. I would have been like, no, that's too short. But yes, it is an hour long. I thought it was just going to be for the premiere, that they were going to have it like that. But yes, the show is indeed 40 minutes long, and that's great. And I hope you keep enjoying it. Keep watching, and stay alive. Don't get killed by the zombies.